Emotional alchemists, transforming challenges into global strengths with the power matrix. Have you ever wondered whether your deepest struggles, the ones you would never show on a CV, the ones that left scars inside you, could actually hold the key to your greatest global impact? I know it sounds paradoxical. We are trained to believe that power, leadership, and influence come from polish, from confidence, from never cracking under pressure. But the truth is very different. Your scars are not weaknesses. They are unmined gold. And when you know how to refine them, when you apply what I call emotional alchemy, they can become your greatest source of strength, clarity, and even global influence. This talk is not about soft skills, it is about hard power, disguised in a new form. Because we are entering a world where the greatest leaders are not the ones with the sharpest IQs alone, but those who can integrate three forms of intelligence into one power matrix: EEQ, emotional ethical intelligence; AIQ, intelligence empowered by AI SSQ; the social spiritual quotient, and also the sustainable strategy quotient. These are not abstract ideas, they are the new strategic operating system for leadership in a fractured, multipolar and AI-driven world. So let me take you on a journey from pain to power, from chaos to clarity, from scars to strategy. Part 1, The Alchemy, Unveiled. From pain to power. We begin with a truth most people try to avoid. Struggle is universal. Nobody escapes it. And yet most of us waste it. We suffer, we patch ourselves up, and we move on as if nothing happened. But here is the alchemist's secret. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are catalysts. Every obstacle carries within it a coded message, a hidden potential waiting to be unlocked. The process of emotional alchemy is simple but radical. First, you acknowledge your pain without disguise. Second, you identify the raw emotions behind it: fear, anger, grief, frustration. Third, you refine them, you burn away the noise, until what remains is clarity, energy, and drive. This is not psychology, this is leadership science. Because the leaders who will thrive in 2025 are those who can turn wounds into wisdom and setbacks into strategy. Imagine a CEO who has faced bankruptcy, but instead of hiding it, uses that pain to design resilient business models for others. Imagine a policymaker who grew up in scarcity and instead of denying it, channels that memory to build systems that protect the vulnerable. This is not weakness, it is the philosopher's stone of modern leadership. Part 2, The Catalyst of Self-Awareness. The first ingredient of emotional alchemy is brutal self-awareness. Ask yourself, what emotions truly drive me when I make decisions under pressure? Is it fear of losing status? Is it the anger of being underestimated? Is it grief of something you never resolved? You see, most leaders fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack clarity about themselves. They make decisions reactive to ghosts from their past. They lead not from vision, but from wounds. Self-awareness is your compass. With it, every storm becomes navigable. Without it, you are lost no matter how advanced your ship. I want you to do an exercise. Think of your last major failure. Identify the emotion behind your reaction. Was it shame? Was it rage? Was it doubt? That emotion is your teacher. That is the unrefined gold waiting for alchemy. Part 3, The Crucible of Empathy. Now, why does all of this matter for leadership in a fractured world? Because personal struggle is the crucible of empathy. When you have suffered, you don't just understand yourself, you understand humanity. You can look at others not as numbers, not as data points, but as mirrors of yourself. And this empathy, when disciplined with ethics, becomes EEQ, emotional ethical intelligence. Let me be clear, empathy alone is not enough. Empathy without ethics can be manipulated, exploited, or weaponized. That's why I call it emotional ethical intelligence. EEQ is the ability to feel the pulse of others while making decisions anchored in integrity. In a world where AI is accelerating faster than regulation, EEQ is the counterbalance to machine supremacy. Think of it as algorithms decide who gets a loan, who gets parole, who gets healthcare. It is EEQ in leaders that will stop us from reducing human beings to mere data outputs. EEQ is not soft. It is the hardest power you can wield in the 2020s. Without it, you lose trust. With it, you can build nations. Part 4. The Philosopher's Stone. Resilience in action. Resilience is often misunderstood. People think it means bouncing back, but I don't want you to bounce back. I want you to evolve forward. True resilience means emerging from crises not the same as before, but transformed, wiser, sharper, more adaptable. Here's the formula: resilience, adversity, plus reflection, plus adaptation. Adversity without reflection makes you bitter. Reflection without adaptation makes you paralysed. But when you integrate all three, you become unbreakable. Now imagine if entire organisations cultivated resilience in this way. Imagine if governments did. They would not just survive crises, they would use them to leap forward while others collapse. This is what I call the resilient advantage, and it is central to the power matrix. Part 3. The power matrix. EEQ, AIQ, SSQ. So now let me reveal the complete power matrix. The power matrix is a triad of intelligences, an integrated system that allows leaders to thrive in uncertainty, complexity, and disruption. 1. EEQ, Emotional Ethical Intelligence. We have already seen why EEQ matters. It anchors decision-making in empathy and ethics, preventing the dehumanization of AI-driven systems. It is about trust, credibility, and moral authority. 2. AIQ, Intelligence Empowered by AI. This is not about replacing your IQ with machines. This is about augmenting it. AIQ means leveraging AI to extend your foresight, creativity, and decision-making. With AIQ, you don't compete with machines, you collaborate with them. The leaders of tomorrow will not ask, "What can AI do?" They will ask, "What can AI and I do together that neither could alone?" This is the quantum leap, using AI as an exoskeleton for intelligence. 3. SSQ, Social Spiritual Quotient and Sustainable Strategy Quotient. This one is dual and it is powerful. As social spiritual quotient, SSQ is the intelligence of belonging, meaning, and shared identity. In fractured societies, leaders with SSQ can bind people together across divisions, creating unity where algorithms create silos. As sustainable strategy quotient, SSQ is the intelligence of resilience. It is designing strategies and policies that endure beyond quarterly profits, beyond election cycles, strategies that survive climate shocks, geopolitical tremors, and market volatility. This dual nature of SSQ is the glue. It connects people to each other, and it connects strategies to the future. Together, EEQ plus AIQ plus SSQ form the power matrix. And in the 2020s, this is no longer optional, it is the price of survival. Part 6. The power matrix in action. Let me give you an example. When the Ukraine war disrupted energy flows, most leaders panicked. Those with only IQ saw numbers. Those with EEQ felt the suffering of people but lacked strategy. But those with the full power matrix, they used AIQ to model scenarios, EEQ to sustain public trust, and SSQ to design long-term resilience away from fossil fuel dependencies. Another example, in business, think of leaders using AI not just to optimize profits, but to design supply chains resilient to climate shocks. That's AIQ plus SSQ. And when they communicate these changes authentically, grounded in ethics, that's EEQ. The power matrix is not theory. It is a framework for navigating the chaos of geopolitics, economics, and technology, while staying anchored in human values. Part 7. The global transmutation, from scar to strategy. Let's return to you. Your challenges, your wounds, your scars. They are not random. They are the ingredients of your leadership. When you refine them through emotional alchemy, and when you integrate them into the power matrix, you stop leading from fear or ego, you start leading from purpose and clarity. And this is the kind of leadership the world is starving for. Not fake greenwashing, not performative empathy, not shallow AI hype, but real, authentic, transformative leadership that combines emotional depth, technological foresight, and sustainable strategy. So here is my challenge to you. Stop hiding your struggles, start refining them, stop fearing AI, start empowering your intelligence with it, stop leading with IQ alone, start building your power matrix. Because the future will not be led by those who are the smartest in the old sense. It will be led by those who are alchemists, those who can transmute pain into power and complexity into clarity. This is only the beginning. If you want to go deeper, module by module, and actually practice these transformations, cultivating EEQ, amplifying your AIQ, and mastering SSQ, then join me in the Full Power Matrix program. You'll find the link in the description. Remember this: your scars are your strategy, your struggles are your strengths, and your power matrix is the operating system that will turn them into global impact. The world does not need more leaders, it needs alchemists. Will you be one of them?